Now the mics are on, so nobody heard that.
Oh, good. No
Hey
wonder.
guys, welcome to this show that we're doing today that we all are totally prepared for, and 100% everybody read the rules.
I mean, I wrote them, so I kind of have a leg up.
Yeah. So hey, for everyone who's joining us, thank you. We're doing something. I want to say something a little different, but it's not that different. We've been doing a lot of this stuff lately. We're doing a one-shot with a game, not quite a new game, but Mr. Michael, why don't you tell us about this game that you created and what the latest news is and what we're doing today?
Am I Michael?
Matthew. His name's Matthew.
Name. Sorry, Mr. Matthew. Shit.
I can be Michael for someone changed my name tag.
Okay.
Too late. You're honors.
Yeah, it's good. We're gonna be playing Mall Kids. Mall Kids is a game I wrote last year for Zine Quest. It's based on Grant Howitt's Honey Heist system. So we're gonna have two stats pulling our characters in different directions. And I kind of wrote it as a love letter to my past growing up as a kid who worked a lot of retail jobs and spent time in a mall, spent time in a lot of different malls. You know, small, big, wide, tall, downtown, suburban, rural. And I just thought, like, that's the kind of slice of life I want everybody to experience. So the reason we're getting into it today, though, is I'm doing another Kickstarter during this year's Zine Quest for a full expansion book. And it contains, I think, 6 or 7 different rules modules that augment the game and make them different and interesting and more weird. And we will be playing one of those today called Massive Mall.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I guess we usually have like a routine, and
There's like
so out of it because there's no GM for this game, right?
Correct. Yeah. The original Honey Heist was built with a GM in mind. I took it in a more narrative direction and a GM-less direction. How I fill in for that is the game is set up in a series of beats that are parts of the day, and then each of those beats has a scene for each of the characters, or each of the players, rather. Each player does one scene per beat, and that can highlight their character. It can highlight the whole group. It could be that player directing other characters. It could be an internal monologue. It could be a big wide shot of the mall. It could be whatever. But it was important to me to make sure that all players in this game have kind of an equitable share of controlling the narrative of the game. It wasn't just kind of like, what do you do? Like one person make a story and then everybody else says what they do in response. So yeah, that's how the game works. It tends to play out like kind of directing like a movie or a TV show. You know, you kind of talk about scenes rather than personal character actions, but you still get to role play characters in those moments.
All right. Well, instead of character introduction, since we're making characters today, why don't we roll into that and we'll all learn a little bit more about these Mall Kids.
Yeah. So I think everybody's got, we got our name tags here. So everybody's got a name and pronouns, which is actually the first part of character creation. After that, you just kind of do a rough take at what they look like. So you'll do a look, which is kind of like build, body, eyes, hair, and then a style, clothing, accessories, attitude, that kind of thing. And it's kind of funny. I recently saw a Twitter poll asking how many pages of character backstory people normally do for their games. Mm-hmm. And it started at 1 page. This game starts at about like 5 words. That's pretty much all you actually need to get a character going. I like to take a lot of inspiration from Powered by the Apocalypse games and play to find out what happens. So just give your character like enough to start with and then like explore them throughout. It's much funnier to say in the moment, like, oh yeah, my character always wears suits, than to just say that up front and then kind of like figure out how to shoehorn that in. So yeah, we just do that. And then for Massive Mall, so I guess we'll talk a little bit about what Massive Mall is. Massive Mall is kind of an analog for Mall of America, just like impossibly large malls that you can spend all day in and never get where you're going. And the take here is that we're going to kind of be emulating the tropes of high fantasy hero's journey. So we're basically going to be venturing from one side of the mall to the other to accomplish some grand task. So imagine us needing to return a ring to a jewelry store at the other end of the mall, right? Like we're gonna make jokes about Lord of the Rings and The Witcher and all of those things. That's what the plan is to do here today.
I'm on board.
Yeah. If I don't hear like at least one or two toss a coin jokes, then I think we've pretty much failed.
I had that chambered.
I still
It's
haven't seen
you
it.
can't really?
Did we decide what year it is? What year we're going to play in?
So I intentionally left all of like the setting of Mall Kids agnostic, but like secretly under the hood, it's all 90s. It's all late 90s for me. That's what I thought of when I was writing all of this. But 100% we can pick a different era, or we can just like make up some weird kind of amalgamation of different 80s, 90s, 2000s era tropes and things that we want to bring in. It's open.
This mall is trapped in the 90s.
Okay, because I realize I totally don't have any like current sounding music in my system here.
Whatever. It's fine. The aesthetic is good.
But there is, so on tabletop audio, there is a track from the Weirder Things soundboard called Mall Synth.
That's got some energy to it.
I love it.
Isn't that 80s? All right.
It's a mall though, so the music probably a decade old.
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly. It's always a little behind.
Yeah, right. Well, why don't we get to know everybody then? If that's all right with you, Matthew.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Tell us about Anders.
Anders. So Anders uses they them pronouns. They work at Quaker Candle, which should be, if you're familiar with Yankee Candle, is a good analog there. And then the type of kid they are very into like aromatherapy, naturalism, crystals, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And what Anders wants to do today is they want to explore and discover. They want to learn something new today. So everybody, I think I sent the massive mall expansion to. There's 3 kind of tables there. You can either roll on those, you can pick off those, or you can just pick whatever feels right to you. Like there's no balance in this. We don't do balance here. There's no balance in this game. We just do whatever we feel like doing. So. Yeah. So that's Anders.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Anders. I suppose I will go next. Hello, I am Herman Normal Teen. I am a normal teen. I work at June Cinema 6. I wear clothes like if my mother dressed me, but very unusual colors. Today I want to discover something new. What else?
Okay.
Anything?
No,
Yeah, get ready for a lot of that.
You just keep doing you. Herman, just keep doing Herman, man. That's...
Herman it up.
All right. So, Emma, tell us all about Emma.
Hi, I'm Emma. I work at the Smile Zone, taking pictures of kids and people with those fun backdrops and awkward posing. And I'm a band kid as well. So, I've got that going on. And I wanna prove my worth.
Okay. I guess I'll go next. I'm Lane. I work at Hot Gothic. Bunch of posers come in there all the time. I've always got a cup of coffee in my hand, but it's always got a lid on it because I tell people it's black coffee, but it's actually like an extra sweet mocha. And my cat likes to ruin my microphone setup. And let's see. I'm a martial artist. I don't usually tell people that, but That's kind of an under the table thing there. And it also turns out that today I want to inspire others, to quit being such losers and like think for themselves. Mace,
right.
what up?
What up, Mace?
So, my name's Mace Gravely. I work at Pixel Play. Just kind of kill my time there. When my dad's not looking because he owns the place, I take whatever candy and prizes I want. And, get on my good side, I hook you up. So,
We all had very different childhoods.
This is the game that you want to play if you have some like unresolved teenage issues that you want to work through. Surrounded by other people also working through teen issues.
It's wonderful. I'm 100% on board. All right, so those are Maltines.
Yeah. So the game here, like I said, is pretty narratively focused. Usually what we would do is we would choose a scenario in a mall, like what's going on in the mall, like the mall is closing, or we're putting on like a fashion show, or there's a new kid in town, or like something, normal.
Okay.
For Massive Mall, what we're going to be doing instead is creating a scenario that is our hero's journey, basically. And that starts with 3 tables: who needs our help, what do they need, and what is at stake. So again, we can roll on this table, we can collectively pick from this table, or we can pick something else. The options.
We roll it.
You want to roll it?
Yeah.
All right. Who wants? So for folks who can't see the PDF, it's who needs our help is tourist, a young child, an ailing family member, a recently fired friend, a mall regular, or one of our siblings. Who wants to roll that?
I will roll it. Herman Normal Teen shall determine what we do next. 6.
A 6. So it's one of our siblings. Does anybody feel that their character has a sibling, younger or older, that would need our help today in the mall? Do we need another normal teen in this game? I don't.
Look, I'm going to step back. And I'm gonna let everybody else get a minute, but I'm ready to deploy a second normal team.
I think one normal teen is perfect. I think that's the amount of normal teen we need today.
One normal teen is fine, I think. I would say, sure, Blaine has a younger sibling that he feels like gets all the attention. His little sister. And yeah, so she needs our help.
What is your little sister's name, Blaine?
Yes.
Darla.
Darla? Love it.
Does Darla like look up to Blaine? Does she emulate Blaine, or is she completely the opposite?
I think she does, but he really doesn't appreciate it, or at least doesn't appear to. But there's never really been a situation where she's in trouble, so the instinct to protect her hasn't quite had an opportunity to kick in. That might happen today.
Oh, I'm sure we'll find something. All right, so the next one is, what do they need? What does Darla need from us today?
I guess I'll
something was left behind. Something is horribly lost. Deliver a thing to a faraway store. Rid the mall of evil, acquire a rare item, or reclaim lost territory.
Well, it looks like she needs to reclaim.
Do we roll another 6?
Well, I rolled a 6. We can re-roll it though. Why is everything is rolling a 6? Is something broken?
No, this is fine. This is great. We need to reclaim the lost territory of your little sister. I'm on board.
I would say she had territory. She probably had territory at the other arcade at the other end of the mall, not Pixel Play.
Pixel Play's hated rival.
Yeah, what is Pixel Play's hated rival, Mace?
Put me on the spot for that. All right, it's Game Extreme.
Game
Right.
Extreme.
Yeah, so she's actually like known for ruling the DDR and similar games over at Game Extreme, like the the physical interactive games. And I think someone's been kind of coming in on Darla's turf.
She's like
there.
the top high scorer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Is
she
Darla-
was.
Is Darla in exile at Pixel Play now?
I think she's like not able to get a chance on the machines because someone's just like holding it, winning all the challengers.
Them bigger kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
Like,
cool
she-
she's in
she-
exile at Pixel Play. That's I'm on
she
board for that.
probably. I'm assuming. I know she's real good at these games, so I'm assuming she like beat them, but they were like, "Oh no, that's not what happened. Get out of here! You cheated." They're pulling some bullshit.
I like it. All right, and the last thing we need to do is determine what is at stake here. So the options here are: someone is leaving soon and forever, your honor, an evil corporation is taking over, someone's job, the mall might close for good, or influence at the mall. Now, I'll stop here real quick. I feel like we're creating a really interesting story here with Darla.
We should
if
just do all of them.
And if somebody has like a really good idea for what's at stake here in the Darla story, we should totally just write that in. We should have
Okay.
narrative control here. We do not have to roll this die.
Emma, you make the call.
Yeah, Emma, what do you think?
I was going to say the mall might close for good because she has to get that final high score. The ultimate
Oh yeah.
this is the final high score. Nobody else can beat this because
Yeah.
it's
Is the
closing
massive
soon.
mall literally closing? This is the last hurrah.
So we're all about to lose our jobs.
Right.
All right. No stakes. Let's just do what we want.
At least these are the rumors we've heard.
Yeah.
It might close.
Yeah.
That's
No, look,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with that rumor though.
Do we wanna-
clearly,
Do we
The
want
only-
to up level it at like the mall is closing, or do we want to say like that arcade is closing? Where do we want like the stakes
Well,
here?
The arcade is being bought out. It's gonna be Pixel Play too.
well, what if the person who took her high score is a soulless billionaire who will close down the entire mall in order to preserve his high score? But if we take it away from him, he can't close the mall because then it will be gone, and he needs to keep it around to beat the score again.
So our enemy is a man-child.
The rich owner of the mall who is battling a 10-year-old girl for high score on DDR.
I love it.
Who's the rich kid? Who's Pee Wee's rival in Pee Wee's Big Adventure?
Oh, someone needs to look that up
It's
immediately.
that guy.
Because it's that, yes, 100% that is. Oh, good. All right.
It's like
Tensions
Randy.
are
or
already
something.
high within 10 minutes.
So, okay, just to recap, the stakes here are if we can't get Darla back on that leaderboard, this rich mall owner, kid, man, child might close the arcade or the
Francis.
whole mall down just to keep his high score.
Excellent.
Yes.
Francis is the character.
Francis.
Yeah.
That's Francis Buxton.
I love it.
Name me one other tabletop role-playing game where Pee Wee Herman's arch nemesis can be a touchstone in a really valid way. That is what I'm bringing to you guys today.
This is the kind of high tier content you get with Mall Kids.
This is
Huge
yes.
mall expansion.
This is what you buy into here, everybody. So,
All right.
all right. So, I think the only thing I want to cover really fast is again to go over kind of the scene structure here before we jump into it, and then we will talk about there's like one kind of role resolution mechanic that I think we'll get into when it comes up. But again, I talked about everybody gets to own scenes. There's no GM. There's no person in charge wholly of this story.
Uh-oh.
So there are. That's what it is. Can't wait for them normal teen scenes. Those are gonna be good. There are 6 beats throughout the day: opening, morning, lunch, evening, closing, and after hours. Usually those beats are kind of prompted or defined in general mall terms about like opening the mall and meeting your friends and going out for lunch and that kind of thing. Excuse me. For this, we're going to be taking, again, the tropes of a hero's journey. So, for example, our opening scene, our opening beat is going to be make a solemn vow, form a party, and create a plan of attack. And then during that beat, each player will take a turn running a scene. Again, that can be their character doing an internal monologue. That can be a couple of the teams. That could be the whole group. That could be somebody other than their character. They can kind of call for a scene that isn't their character. Or it could just be kind of like a wide shot of like, here's what's going on in the mall. Or meanwhile, on the other side of the mall, here's what this is.
So it's like a rotation thing?
So we can rotate, like if we want to just kind of spin around the kind of Twitch layout here, we can do that. Otherwise, it's totally freeform too. So if we get into a beat and someone's like, oh, I really have a good opening scene for this, or oh, I really want to do the last scene here because I have like kind of a milestone, then yeah, totally fine. Again, like the main, again, I wrote 24 pages of a game that you can completely disregard, like, and just play whatever you want. So there's structure here. There's like, you know, kind of a narrative structure, but by no means should my rules outweigh your narrative ideas.
All right.
So I think we've done all of our setup then. Unless there's any questions or comments, we can start playing.
All right.
Did we do the halt who goes there, or is that later?
Oh yeah, so Halt Who Goes There is basically like if there's ever kind of a lull in the action, or we want to spice things up, or we just want to cause more problems for our characters, we can use that table just to bring in like a new NPC, basically. Bring in somebody who's going to get in our way.
We should constantly be quiet and see what comes next and then go crazy. Bring them all!
One of the things I tried to do with the Mall Kids expansion is make it so these modules are also combinable with all the other stuff. So there are other tables in the base game that say, you know, like, oh, what was that noise? Oh, what do you see? Oh, you know, there's kind of these prompt tables. So we can use those as well. Or again, like just you can make up whatever you want. Like I always say cause problems for the characters. Like as the player, cause problems and let the characters work their way out. So that's where I'm at.
All right. Well, if nobody has any objections, I would like to kick us off.
I would love that, to be honest.
As the normal teen.
Go.
So for all of Herman's scenes, he does them much like a narrator. So we are Herman Normal Teen. We work at the cinema. During the days, we go around the mall, observing other people, learning what we can. This day, we observed Darla, the larval sibling of Mr. Blaine. She is quite distraught, and the mall is at stake. We must seek out Mr. Blaine. It is time to gather our friends. And then I go to Hot Gothic, where Mr. Blaine works, to inform him of his larval sister's distress. Mr. Blaine, have you heard? Darla, she is in distress. This is so hard to keep together.
The image of this like brightly colored mismatched character walking into Hot Gothic is...
Dude, she's always in distress. Life is shit.
Oh yes, we are in a drift of emotions we cannot handle from our hormones. I feel your pain. It is radical. But seriously, Miss Darla, she requires your assistance. Her high score has been subverted by a billionaire who will close down the mall if it is not beaten. She lies in exile now, in refuge at Pixel Play. We should gather our friends.
All right.
Can I just say for a second? Sorry. Puck, is your
It's a mixture of like every other alien that pretends to be human that I've ever seen in a movie.
Chad is referencing Galaxy Quest here.
Yeah, no, this is on.
That one works too.
That's a good one. Okay,
God, I'm getting Conehead vibe from you.
Herman, you're gonna have to back up a second.
Herman takes 3 steps back. It will be more difficult to converse from this distance.
I mean, like, narratively. First of all, it's real fucking early, man.
The hour is early, that is correct.
The first movie doesn't play until like 1 in the afternoon. Why are you here?
I like to observe people in the mall, to learn more, to better interact.
It's not weird.
Watch the sheep on the zoo. Well, look, man, why is the mall gonna close if she doesn't get her high score back? She was yelling about something this morning, but I was like, figured it was just existential angst.
The heartless Mr. Francis Buxton will close down the mall to preserve his high score now that he is defeated Darla.
Yeah, well, sounds like the rabid consumerism beast eating its own tail. It's about time. Fuck this place. How'd you know what? Fuck this place. And I'll lead him out, and I'm pulling down the gate. I'm closing it back up. I'm not even closing out the register. Fuck this noise. Let's go over to Pixel. Let's see what Mace knows about this. Is weird.
Very well. We shall go to the Pixel play to console your sister.
It's a good scene. It's a good scene.
That was interesting.
So, I could see Blaine leading a scene or Mace leading a scene.
So, I see Blaine and Herman head over to Pixel, and I think that they're both like, Blaine feels like Herman gets him because they're walking along and they're like pointing to people. Like Herman's making very plain observations about people, and Blaine thinks he's like dunking on him, so he's like, "Yeah, fucking conformists." And we arrive to Pixel play.
The people riding scooters are overweight. That's like.
But does somebody want to play Darla? Somebody who's not in the scene yet, either Anders or Emma. When you guys want to play Darla? For the scene, at least.
I had an idea for a tie between Anders and Darla in a little bit.
Sure,
Okay.
I can jump in.
Emma's gonna pull double duty.
Yeah, so we'll go in and we'll find Darla and be like, what are you freaking out about? Some guy's gonna you beat your high score and
Okay, so how I got that high score and I told you about it and I was really excited and you're kind of like your usual yeah, that's cool, which is like your way of being like, yay, awesome. Well, this guy, he's been trying to beat my high score forever, and I guess he got really mad last time that I beat his high score, so he's decided he owns the place and he's just gonna shut it down. I heard him talking about it after he beat my high score, kicked me out of games.
So do you think he'll shut it down if you don't, or if you do beat his score, or if you don't beat his score? This whole thing is very convoluted. And he kind of kneels down and he's like, Darla, you gotta understand that it's all ephemeral, man. It's no matter what, high score is gonna get beat. And someday the machine's gonna break down and be returned into elements, just like you. We're all gonna die, Darla.
Yeah, but I had the high score.
All right. Doesn't Mace's dad like own this place? Where's Mace? And where do we find Mace?
Where are you, Mace?
All right, well, I'm working for my dad, so I'm like at the like prize section, and I'm just like beating the table, and I'm just like having my headphones on, my music is playing in my back jean pocket, and and if you walk in on her, she's just like, can't touch this.
Mace! Mace! I'm gonna reach over and pull her headphones off. Mace!
Ah! Yo, man, what are you doing? Messing up with my style. Rude much? What the hell?
Did you hear anything about some guy trying to close the mall because of a high score in DDR?
What, you talking about Game Extreme?
Yeah, Game Extreme.
That me and my pops are about to buy out?
You're buying out Game Extreme?
Hell yeah, we the better games.
Well, you know, apparently, according to Herman and Darla, this guy's gonna shut down the whole mall to preserve his high score. So I don't know how you're gonna buy out another location in the mall after it's closed.
The hell is this fool thinking? Why don't he just take the damn game with him if he wants to keep his damn high score? Idiots? What's wrong with people
I get
these
the
days?
feeling he's one of those like power-driven wealth mongers.
You ask me, he's just
We know.
a dumb fool.
Like a human.
A fool. An idiot. Shit. People like that and they're grown-ups? What the hell? Shit. Ah. You know what?
It is true. He is indeed foolish. But
So what?
Mace, you have the hookup, and we need you to hook us up with justice.
So what? You just want to like take this guy down? What? Throw him in a broom closet? Lock him up in there? Or what?
Well,
I believe our
What's your
course of
angle?
action is clear. We must reinstate Darla's high score.
The hell are you from, man? What's that accent from? That's different.
no,
I
Herman's
am from
cool.
elsewhere. I am cool. Blaine said so.
He gets it. He understands what's important in life. Nothing.
Yes, living is important. Perhaps you would like to consume food together and be nourished.
I mean,
So what? You want to just take this guy down personally, or what?
I think somebody needs to beat his high score.
I can totally do that. I just, maybe need some help.
Well, did he like unplug the machine or something?
I see the girl. How old is she? She's like really little.
How old is Emma? Or not Emma, Darla.
Yeah, how old is Darla?
Mhm.
Let's roll a D12.
Okay.
He is 8.
You're
Darla is 3 years old.
Darla is 8, and I'm guessing that she just gets a.
Let me get
When our
this straight.
parents drop us off, when our mom drops us off at the mall, she just hangs out at the arcade while I'm at work.
Let me get
Nice.
this straight. A grown ass baby man child. I don't know what the fuck I said, but it doesn't matter. It's picking on this little girl here?
Apparently, he's trying to. I don't know. I don't know.
And you see like May's just kind of digging in through her head that she snuck all these candies in. You talking?
Just pull candy out of your fucking head.
Oh, totally did.
Okay.
You're not very gothic. You're laughing. Why are you laughing? You're getting weird.
I mean,
Please,
Stay
Blaine,
focused.
get your shit together.
you have to sometimes,
What this freak said.
laugh at the.
No, I am
So
cool.
it
Blaine
all.
said so.
Look, people get hung up on weird shit. Apparently, this guy's only point of pride is like video games. So let's. I mean, I don't.
Can I bring in Anders here?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I was thinking Anders. They work at this candle place where they're required to kind of dress up a little bit, but Anders likes dressing up, so it's always a little extra. And they got their apron on, ready for the job. And I think they're big into DDR also, and I think they know Darla. So I think that's like more than anything, it's just like too cool for them all, but okay with hanging out with an 8-year-old at DDR. And I think they come in because they were expecting to find Darla at what do we say? Game Extreme, and wasn't there. So found Darla here. And it's just like, bro, where were you? We were supposed to DDR before work.
I got kicked out.
You got kicked out?
My high score got beaten.
Well, let's go back. Let's take it.
I don't know if they'll let me back in.
Well, this isn't going to stand at all. And I think Anders is kind of then like noticing this like crowd of teenagers standing around Darla and kind of gives them all a side eye. And these, do you need help?
Oh, this is my big brother, Lane.
I think they look
Hey.
at Blaine and then Aspen's like, do you need help?
I mean, can anyone really help anyone?
It is true, we require assistance.
That's Herman.
Hello, I am Herman Normal Teen. We are pleased to meet you.
He doesn't get out of the projector room much.
I don't know what you were thinking, but I keep imagining Herman as being very tall for
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like he's weirdly
arms are a
tall.
little too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just whenever I
He's got a Slender Man vibe.
Good. That's the energy we need to be bringing into this game.
I was about to point out, I anticipated this sort of style from Anders. So you'll notice their label is the only straight and clean one
Yeah.
on the name tags.
No, yeah, Anders definitely is a. Everybody else at that store is just like, oh, I gotta put on like a something with a collar and buttons, and I hate that. I think Anders has like a wardrobe. Of
Also,
these.
yeah.
in my head canon, there's only one label maker for this entire mall.
Mhm.
That's why they all look the
They
same.
just share it.
So you've been to Lloyd Mall. Okay.
Because they're not going to get you an engraved name tag because they don't expect you to work
No,
there more than 6 months.
'cause absolutely.
So
Yeah, they
Turnaround
reuse
is terrible.
these.
Yeah.
So I think Anders is privy to like the DDR thing and kind of can clarify it and validate that. Yeah, like Darla was on the top of this leaderboard, and now it says like Francis, and I think he's like a new owner. I think maybe that's like Mace and her dad was like had this plane to buy out, and then this billionaire came in and just like bought it cash on hand out from under them. So like that's like he was just playing there, and then when he couldn't beat Darla, or when he did beat Darla, he's like, oh yeah, this is mine now, and he bought it out.
Oh.
So I think that's like the hot off the presses gossip this morning is
That's
he
the
just came
hot
in
goss.
and at least bought up the arcade, but is throwing around money like they could just buy up the whole mall.
So you were there. Was it like roped off or something? Why couldn't she just get on and play again?
Yeah, there's like this there's this guy out front in like a suit. It's a really nice suit. It had like, the buttons, right? Like the silver and some shades. They were nice. And and yeah, he was letting people in. And I got in, but I just thought that was because I'm me. But maybe he's keeping Darla out.
They wouldn't let me in.
So we need to get Darla in there. 3 minutes, right? One track, back on that
Yeah.
leaderboard. No problem.
That's
We just
kinda-
need to get.
Is gonna
Elitist
jump over the
exclusionary
counter.
bullshit.
Macy's gonna be jumping over the counter, and she's gonna go to a particular arcade machine. She's gonna knock on the side a little bit, and then she's gonna do that thing where she's like leaning back on it, even though she owns it. Whatever. She's gonna kick it and try to see if she can get some coins that are coming out.
Love it.
Excellent,
Alright.
Mace. Your
You want my
villainy will come
suggestion?
in handy.
You want my suggestion?
Hmm.
You need a diversion. You need to create some kind of chaos. You following me? So that way
We
she can sneak in. So I'm saying, these tokens, they can't see the picture in it. They smalls. So we toss it kids are gonna run in, go crazy, picking up them little coins. We sneak her in.
We should bring Emma. She is my friend and very clever. She taught me to smile.
You know what always gets shady rich people real nervous? Having a bunch of cameras around. Might create some chaos, a little bit of distraction.
Man, I bet you they know that half the cameras over here don't work.
No, I'm talking about Emma showing up like paparazzi. You know, like, oh, she's doing a news story about some shady thing going on at the mall.
They already know her, right? No?
Maybe we could get her in disguise. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I could.
To the smile zone.
I think it's to the smile zone, then yeah.
All right.
Emma, a parade of teens come in.
Cool. I actually had an idea when you got to the smile zone. So you guys walk up and Emma's like setting up like one of those like cheesy backdrops. And Francis Button is actually sitting in the chair.
Oh.
He's like monologuing to her about he was like, oh yeah, I've got all this money and I finally beat the DDR and I can show that to my dad and prove to him that I'm a good dancer because he never believed me. And she's just like nodding and going like, yeah, okay, great.
Sure.
Can you turn this way, sir, just a little bit? Like, yep, nope, that's good. Okay, it's gonna be a bright light. Flash.
Accurate. I worked at a photo place before.
Like, okay, so you can pick this up in an hour.
Does Francis notice Darla? I have to know.
He's kind of blinded by the light and like just kind of gets up and like walks out, and there's like a separate entrance. Like you walk out one direction and you enter.
Mm-hmm.
Through
Darla probably like hides behind Blaine, trying to not be noticed.
I love it.
Little mouse, so cute.
Is that good enough? Is that a good enough scene?
Yeah, more to it.
Hey, Darla, or hey Emma,
Emma.
you busy?
do you guys want a picture? I can do like a big group shot.
No,
Darla.
we're gonna go bring down the capitalist machine.
Emma, it is I, your friend, Harman Normal Team.
Yeah, hi. Smiles, great.
Yo, Emma, how's your store running today?
Well, you know, it's had Francis in. That's been it. I think we've got like some baby pictures later today, which is gonna be fun.
That sounds cute and boring. Awesome. Hey, I got a new hat. I was wondering if you can hook me up. New picture. Look like this.
Sure. I mean, just
Awesome.
won't tell my boss, but yeah.
I don't listen. I'm one for headshots, for the glamour, but I think we have something more pressing. We have a plan. We got to get young Darla here back upstairs to Game Extreme. The fate of the mall might be at stake. And we need
Yes.
your help.
Yeah, Button Up over here says that fancy dancer guy is gonna shut down the mall.
I think I heard him say something about that. I don't know. I kind of don't really listen to them that much.
We will put an end to your villainy.
Just Herman screaming out down the
Yes.
Herman, who are you talking to?
to Francis. He can
Oh.
hear me.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I kind of need this job, so if the mall shuts down, that'd be crappy.
Exactly. So I think Blaine here had some thoughts about utilizing your photography skills as part of a grand, elaborate sort of distraction.
I mean, the lights are super, like, distracting.
Yeah,
so-
I mean, so Anders is like, apparently they're trying to keep people out or only let select people in to the arcade right now, so we kind of like got to make a distraction to slip Darla in so that she can make this guy's score and, you know, fuck up his world domination plans.
Yo, Emma, do you still got some props in the back? Maybe we can slap it on that girl.
Right?
Them
I was
feather
thinking like
thingies
if
and
you
the
show up
sunglasses.
if you show up like you're from the news or something doing an expose, freak them out a little bit, you know, make them nervous, throw them off the game.
I think we've got like a big like reporter hat in the prop cabinet, and yeah, I've got like a bunch of like.
Is it like a
oversized
glamour
glasses.
shot place? Like you got a bunch of like bolas and shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, you know, if you got all that, we could like pretend like one of us is famous and you're like paparazzi. We're trying to
See,
follow around
that
them.
plan makes more sense because you don't want to draw attention on the little one, all right? One of you alls need to go out there and cause some mayhem or whatever. So she can get in. Get his attention on your asses.
Anders and Herman both have their hand up, like, directly next to each other.
We shall pretend to be famous. I have seen many films.
Sure.
All right, let's see. Who
Anders,
can you impersonate?
you can be my co-star.
Herman, who can you impersonate? Who can you act like?
I know all of the latest Hollywood stars. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
The one.
All right, wait, can you do like, I don't know, what's some idiot everyone likes? It's real lame, like Jim Carrey.
And Anders bends over and claps his cheeks together. Herman, I know who I am. Herman bends over. I don't know. It varies from moment to moment. Herman bends over and claps his cheeks together and says, "Hello, I am talking out of my buttocks. It is humorous in an obvious way."
You know what? I think that's the best we got.
You know who he does kind of sound like when he talks? The Terminator.
I can be the Terminator for sure.
But that I'll be back, man.
I will be back, man.
I mean, we've got some like big oversized sunglasses. And...
Honestly, him butt talking is a lot better.
Yeah, he might be too skinny to be Terminator.
Let's go with that pitch.
I think
He's got the
Anders-
talking ass.
Anders is pouting and going through like the clothing rack.
Aw. Herman feels bad for him and comes over and he's like, there, what flawless Hollywood starlet can you portray?
From my experience at a photography place, I remember we got wings, we got halos, we had cowboy hats, we had oh boy. Go for it.
You know what, Anders, you should look like somebody that would be like really weird to see out with Jim Carrey. So it'd be like, oh, why are these two people together? And that would draw a lot of attention, you know.
Oh yeah, who is
Tabloid trash rag magazine.
who was like really big around that time that Jim Carrey was doing his Ace Ventura stuff.
Oh, God. I think Mel Gibson's was
Chad,
still
help us
riding
out.
high. I think Tom Cruise was still big.
Tom Cruise.
You could still hire Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Just people whose careers have cratered at this point.
Right.
Well, it sounds like we got a costume shop. So like,
Yeah. No, I like
sky's the limit.
a Jean-Claude and an Arnold. Yeah, I think that's the one.
Okay, let's do it.
Jean-Claude and Arnold eating pretzels. I could totally like see that on National, you know,
I like it. All right.
Us magazine.
So I think that's kind of the beat. It ends with us diving into a closet of costume wear.
Costume montage. Oh wait.
Yeah, exactly. There's a costume montage.
music?
All right. So that's the end of a beat. In between beats, there can be these little micro scenes where you shift your stats around. Generally, we don't do a lot of rolling or stat work in the opening beat, so it's not there. But if you want to take an opportunity to describe a scene, moving your stats, we can do that. Otherwise, we can wait until we start doing some rolls to explain like what the stats are and everything.
Let's do some. Yeah, let's try some rolls.
All right. Okay, let's go into the morning beat then, and then everybody kind of think about doing a scene that has some like risk or some uncertainty to it, and then when we get to those points, we'll call for some rolls.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so the next beat is morning. Take the first steps, rally others to your cause, or learn to work together. I think learn to work together really hits me because like I think Herman and Anders has some tension here with wanting to be in the limelight, and Herman being like, everybody seems to like, oh no, Herman's gonna do it, obviously, and being kind of dejected by that. So I think there's a part of that montage is Anders like overcompensating and being very involved in dressing up Herman to look like Arnold. And I think we're trying on, like leather jackets and, kind of like tighter t-shirts to accentuate muscles, and definitely putting sunglasses on and going through like 14 pairs of sunglasses or whatever. And I think I always kind of saw Anders as being a little tall, but I like this notion that Herman is like real tall. So it's like Anders on tippy toes, kind of like putting glasses on and just being like really critical, but in like kind of a playful way. Like we're getting there. Just like, oh, you don't look anything like him. Not to say that you're not in shape. You look great, but like, Arnold is Arnold. And try these ones on. What do you think of these glasses?
They are nice, but I don't know about the color. I am a summer, of course.
Right. Yeah, of course. Silly me. And so I think it's just like some costume changing. I think we're picking out our costumes. Does Herman help Anders with the costume?
I will help you with your costume. You will look just like Belgium or martial arts actor Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Anders, can you do the splits?
You know what? I think maybe they can. They're big on that DDR. So I think yeah, there's some like taking advantage of like the spotlight again. I think Anders is now like posing and
doing it.
High kicks and splits. Yeah. I don't think they're great. I think the form is kind of awful, but I think it's like it's getting there.
It's like Herman's holding a hand out. Here, kick this high.
Exactly.
He goes for, oh, you almost got me that time.
Yes, exactly.
Truly, your legs are the deadliest weapons.
I think Anders
Blaine just
loves
can't take this. He has to butt in. He walks over. He's like, "No, here," and he's like grabs Anders and he's like, "You got to rotate your hip over here. You have to project from the hip and then snap at the knee. Is how you make it like look realistic."
I think Anders gives him like a side eye, like, okay, then he gives it a try, and like I think the form improves pretty drastically.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. Like that's good enough for anyone.
All right, I think Anders kind of like looks Blaine up and down and just like nods. Like I see you, but I'm not gonna call it out. All right.
I'm not gonna call it out either. I was gonna, but I'm not gonna.
No, I think there was a moment. I think we'll just let it be.
No, yeah, we'll just let it happen. All right. So Herman finishes dressing, but it's like you look like a cardboard cutout of Jean-Claude Van Damme based on the clothes that he's put you into.
At first, he went over to the video store and found a cardboard cutout and
tried to just like set it in front of you. The likeness is flawless. I think we can all agree.
All right.
Right on.
And who else has a scene? We can anything along the lines of like again taking our first steps, or if we need other people to help us out, planning.
I remember that Mace wanted to do a photo shoot with Emma. Maybe we can do that scene, while everybody's getting ready.
Yeah, since they're taking time to costume up.
Ah, man, I'm gonna go back to my arcade to prep and get all the prizes and shit. Like, for example,
Hey,
climb their
Emma,
asses, throw goo at their face. I don't know. Something's gonna work.
Yes, get more gack.
Gack. Gack. Oh my god. Oh jeez.
Hold on. Let me get you like a closer look at this.
Yeah,
Lovely.
that's
Dang, that's
there's our
gooey.
touchstone.
Mm. Sorry, I'm being weird. Well, this is really gooey.
Oh yeah, no, we can't abide that here.
No, I like this kind of like, I like this arming up montage of like, you know, getting our gear, getting our weapons, but it's just like whatever prizes we can get out of pixel play.
That's so awesome. So okay,
I go
Mace
to
is
the ultimate-
weaponizing.
Yes,
I'm the
I'm
gear
going with all
shop.
this.
I go to the ultimate prize sections where you have to have like 1,000 tickets. I'm like, all right, I can scope shit out.
Nice.
I picture it as we all go to Pixel Play and Mace just like lays a bunch of shit out on the counter like it's a Q scene. And it's just
Yep.
like, yo man, I got you gack.
There's a
I
slinky, like one of the metal ones
Sister go-
though.
Them
Hey, do you have-
plastic handcuffs.
do you have any
Those finger prison.
the Chinese finger guns? Yeah. Do you have any of those like a cheap makeup kit? I got these things sometimes.
Cheap makeup kit. Makeup kit. What part of that sounds like fun? I mean, I got like
You going into
all that. I got them tube sticky candy lipstick shit. Does that work? Cause I know it's really red, and you just rub it on your lips. It turns red eventually.
Nah, don't worry about it. And I'll like take Darla out of the way because you know I'm gonna touch up my eye makeup. You know, of course
Mhm.
I got an eyeliner pencil with me. You know, so I can really just make that brooding pop. But I didn't want to use my good one on Darla, but like whatever. I gotta get her a little hardcore. So I kind of take her aside, and yeah. I do one of those, and we actually go like out the side door. So I'm like, Darla, you gotta go in looking hardcore if you're gonna, like, get this done because I'm pretty sure that, Emma's gonna snap a picture. So like, let's get you war painted up. Hold still, and do some like heavy eyeliner, and he's smoking a clove cigarette while he's doing this too. So he kind of like takes some of the ash and like does like a real deep
real
shadow
smoky
in
eye
the
look,
eyes.
I
with,
wanna
like, actual clothes, and it probably stings a
twirl
little.
a stamp at you, like here's something I think.
All right, I'll take the stamp, whatever it is. I will just like stamp a couple on her cheeks. What pattern is? What do the
I'll give
stamp
you
come
creative
out as?
liberty, but I don't know. It could be like a star, a heart. It could be a snake or what kind of other stamps do we normally have?
I don't know.
Bubbles.
Don, you're playing Darla. What kind of stamp does it end up being on your cheek?
I want to say it's like a smile, like the like typical
smiley
smiley
face?
face.
But they're like not centered because it was just like bam, bam. So one's like this, one's like...
Stickers too. Throwing stickers at you.
Prize counter makeover.
Sorry,
Right.
I'm like starting to slowly remember what I had to fight for at the arcade now.
slap bracelets for everyone.
While
Exactly.
I would like to inject a roll here for Mace.
Sure.
I want to see some chaos, so I want to see Mace's dad show up like as we're raiding the makeup counter or the prize counter, and there's like makeup being done in like the
Yes.
back room or whatever. I would like
Ring pop.
I'd like dad to show up, and
Oh shit.
I'd like him to be like, is Mace's name is that Mace's given name, or does dad call Mace a different name?
Mace is for short. It is Mason Gravely. He thought I was gonna be a boy, but too lazy to think of another name, so he just called
Yeah.
me Mason.
So I think, yeah,
Mason.
I think he comes in and he's just like, Mason, what is going on? There are civilians in our back room. What is all this stuff doing out?
Yo, pops, my friends. You know, playing and shit that kids do.
I want Mace to do a corporate role to see if they can talk their way out of this mess.
Oh shit.
So
Well, am I rolling out?
whenever we need to resolve something, we roll d6s. You start with 1, and the goal is to roll that and have the number on it be less than the stat you're using. So everybody's stats start at 3 and 3. You have corporate and cred. You'll use corporate whenever you're trying to do something to kind of like play by the rules, deal with customers, do your job properly, you know.
I'm not in that category. What's the other one?
And then cred is when you want to kind of interact with the other teens, be cool, kind of use your street smarts, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
and the
my
goal is-
category.
The goal is to roll underneath. So with your stats at 3, you want to roll a 1 or a 2, and that's a full success. What is it?
That's a 2!
2. Okay, so you get full success. So
Yeah, May's been doing this for years. She knows what's up.
So what's the goal? What is Mace trying to like achieve? How does Mace handle this situation?
Let's see. God, how Mace is going to handle the situation. Basically, yeah, this hardcore convinced dad that these are my friends. I paid for these things, and if it's wrong, I'll pay him back. It's the summer. I'm always stuck here working for your ass, man. Let me be a kid a little bit inside, please. I only get one chance at this, man. One chance, and then that's it. Done.
Playing on dad's heartstrings.
I'm that.
All right.
I'm a tomboy daddy girl.
I think this can work out because I think like this kind of guilt trip speech is just like, all right, I get it. You know, you do take on a lot of shifts. Why don't you take today off? I'm here. I'll run the store. Why don't you just hang out with your friends? I'll watch the store.
For realsies?
Yeah, it's all right. You're right. You're right.
I love you, man. I love you, Dad. I go in there and I slap him and give him like an arm thing. I don't know if I can reach his shoulder or not. I don't know what my height is, but whatever. Like not that loving hug. Just more like slap on the back and just like.
Yeah.
No.
Mr. Gravely, did she tell you some asshat bought out Extreme Games and he's trying to shut down the mall?
I think he gives like a huge sigh. I think he probably just came from a meeting with like mall management where, I think that was the plan. I think that's what like Mace was up to, aware of is up till this point, that was going to be our second location. The mall is huge enough where like having 2 locations is totally reasonable. And I think he's just like, I think he's talking to Mace. I didn't want to worry you. I didn't want to like it to be a big deal today, but like somebody else came in and bought up that location, apparently paid in cash. We couldn't afford to counterbid, so it's okay. We got Pixel's doing great. We're fine. Don't worry about it.
I ain't worried. I trust you, Pops.
So
we might be able to stop that sort of thing. If you got any tips on how we can get past the bouncer?
Dude, that's my dad. Don't get him involved in our business. What's wrong with you? He's all straight laced and shit. Dad, I think we ran out of them bubble yums at the arcade prize center, man.
Oh yeah, no, the kids love those. We'll have to get more. I got more in the back room. I think he goes to get them.
Yeah, you're the best.
Around.
We're just-
Oh,
We're not exactly.
I have more. I do have more. More hats.
Hat candy.
We're not exactly doing anything shady. We're just trying to get into an arcade to play a video game.
Man, you don't know that. I don't want my dad to be busting our asses or anything like that, or tap dealing shit. What's wrong with you? Don't get the adults involved, man. They always looking after themselves.
I don't know. You thought your dad was a little cool.
He cool, yeah, but he's straight. He's all off all the rules, Mace. Mace, you gotta stop getting detention. Mace. Girl, man, when are you gonna like not be chased down by cops? They're gonna get you eventually. You can't keep outrunning them.
No, you can't let your parents' depression bring you down. You gotta be your own person.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're talking the same language. Now we good friends. You want a lolly? This one is hot chocolate.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is Emma doing during all of this?
I do want.
What am I getting? I got sugar cookie.
Emma's been like packing up the like camera equipment, and she's trying to figure out like writing a note so that like if the next person comes in before her shift's end. It's like an explanation for like why the camera's gone, why the light's gone. It's like,
Is that a letter?
wrapping.
You're leaving a note for like the baby photo customer that's coming in later?
Yeah. They're like, be back in 5. Had a last minute appointment across the mall.
Do I know we said we wanted to inject rolls? Do we want to inject a roll here to see
I was
how
gonna say,
well
I
that
think,
letter goes?
I think the next person that's supposed to come in on shift just like stops in to drop off their stuff before they don't start for another hour, but they're going to the food court or whatever. You got to convince them to start early so you can get out of there.
Let's do it.
Ooh, there's
Who
a
wants
good
to be
one.
that person?
I'll be that person.
Go for it. Let's see it.
So this is Jessica, and she's very bubbly and loves taking the baby pictures. And she just shows up like, you know, a ball of sunshine. Emma, so good to see you.
Hi, Jessica.
I was just I had to go grab a smoothie. I don't start for like an hour.
Great. Yeah, we've got the baby photos coming up, and I'm just going over, and there's the like new owner at the other arcade, so they asked me to come over and take some pictures.
The arcade? Oh, is this like a paid gig?
Yeah, totally.
Well, I mean, my shift doesn't start for another hour. You're still on the clock. I could go take the pictures, and I'll like split the money with you. You can do the processing.
No. They like specifically asked for like these cameras and for me to go.
So what kind of role would this be to?
Okay. I think it sounds like Emma's trying to convince another employee to do something. So I think we're using cred.
Okay.
Again, you start with 1 die. If there's something in your backstory, in your character that would help you here, you get an extra die. And if another character is helping you in some way, then you would add a 3rd one.
Okay.
If you do that, though, then whatever result you get, it impacts that character that is helping also. So if
I
someone's
think Herman
helping you...
Herman and Anders are still there at the Smile Shop, or Smile Zone, so it'd have to be one of them if they want to help.
Are we still there? Okay.
Were you, or did you come with us to see?
I don't know. No, I think it's fun. I think it's fun to be here. That'll be good.
You're getting dressed up.
Yeah, we're still playing dress
boy.
up for sure. I think Anders might kind of see Emma like struggling to come up with like a good excuse here, or like come up with like a reason why Jessica shouldn't go do it. And I think it's like Anders comes over and she's like, Jess, can I call you Jess?
Of course, honey.
Jess, listen. And I think they kind of pull Jessica aside, and it's like, look, hon, we know like who's the real photographer here. We know like she needs this. She needs to go do this. This is like, she needs a portfolio. You're great. You're doing a great job. Like, just hang here, I'll tell you what, I'll even throw in a smoothie. I'll bring you back a smoothie. You do this. We go do the pictures. I bring you a smoothie.
You'll bring me a smoothie?
Yeah. So I think that's Anders helping. So
Sorry,
Emma.
So then how does the roll work when you get help? Or does it adjust
So,
the
yeah,
target, or do you
you
get extra die?
You get extra die. So you get 1 die just for rolling. You get an extra one if someone's helping, and you get an extra one if there's something in your backstory. So if there's something in Emma's backstory that's like lying to her coworkers or being sneaky and shady, I don't get that impression
No.
about Emma. So I think it'll just be 2. So you roll 2d6,
All right.
and you'll take the lowest one and compare it against that. So hey, a 2 and a 1 is pretty good. So Emma, with Anders' help, your kind of lie cover story goes off well here. You want
All
to
right.
describe how that works?
You got yourself a deal, but make sure that I get a protein boost in there. I'm trying to get a little bit, you know, more definition. Okay.
Obviously, of course.
You're such a doll. Do they get the new what's the new scent? It was like morning pine mist ocean something. I know there was a new candles coming in.
Oh yeah, the beachy summer. inspired collection, of course.
Oh
Of
yeah.
course. Come by. And I think Anders just whispers, employee discount.
Oh, he's such a doll. And I think just get his little cute cheek kiss if this is something Anders is normally okay with.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
That was very kind of you, renowned martial arts actor Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, thanks. I've got all the equipment so ready. We're ready to go. You guys look like movie stars, kind of. So
We look like people.
All right, good luck, honey. Bye.
All right. Was that everybody's scene? Did everybody get to do a scene here?
I think so.
I think so.
If we're like preparing to get to the next scene, I just want to throw one last bit and be like, all right, everyone, grab your balls. And she's got like a bunch of bouncy balls.
Okay. Look, straight up, Herman did another thing. But then he realized his mistake very quickly. And then he takes some of your bouncy balls.
Awesome. So I'm gonna have Anders do a stat shift here because I think they're kind of slacking on their job right now, making promises for store discounts and working on this cred side. So I'm gonna do a shift there, and that works. So you can voluntarily move 1 point from corporate to cred by publicly blowing off your responsibility or calling out someone in power. So I think this is.
Oh yeah, I shut down the store. I was the only one there, so I think.
yeah. I think Blaine. So yeah, when you do that shift, Blaine will put a 4 in cred and a 2 in corp.
Okay.
That means that when you do those rolls in the future, they'll be different. You'll have different outcomes. And I think Anders is doing the same. I'm going to do a 4 in cred and a 2 in corp because I'm obviously. I think Anders was supposed to go to work. I think they have taken off their apron and hung it up, and they're promising employee discounts when they really shouldn't be doing that. So I think that's what it is.
Well, I don't know. Would you say that Emma, between being the only one that actually concerned about their job, and also the fact that Anders over here is just negging your photography skills, would you possibly shift the other way?
I mean, possibly that could be a thing. That could be Emma going corp for cred too. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Losing
that
a little
makes
bit
sense.
cred and being responsible in her job.
That makes sense.
Right. Anybody else think of a stat change here? Otherwise,
I want to lean still more to the other side. You know which side?
Cred
you know which side. So what does that look like? So Mace basically got a free pass to not work. So you're not really blowing off work. How does Mace show like their cred here instead of just kind of
pulling all the prizes that she shouldn't have? It's all in her big baggy pockets because she's wearing them boy jeans.
Dad went to go get that bubble yum and Mace did all that grab.
That high school backpack, it's all in there.
She's definitely not doing the business any favors.
No, for sure. I mean, we all know that the kind of like net cost of these items is pennies, but still, take enough of them. I like it.
Mace is well aware. She don't want to screw her dad over. She doesn't know that these things don't cost much. It's like, he won't miss this.
I love it.
They're like stashed in various portions. I love that you have candy in your hat. That's fucking awesome.
Can I just say how much I am enjoying playing Mace and these candies? This sugar cookie lollipop, I didn't even know this existed until now. I recommend getting some.
Sugar cookie, hot chocolate. These sound amazing.
Oh my god, yes. I don't know what the others are. I'm gonna have to pull them out to see what flavor they are.
Did you go shopping for this?
That's the effort that you need to put into your games. This is top tier role playing here.
Look, this is the kind of product we provide on a regular basis around here.
Dude, I can't wait to get to the next scene so I can flip my hat.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, so the next beat is lunch. Usually we would take this time to take a break, make friends out of allies, or carouse and laugh. So This could be us like taking a quick moment in the food court to get ready. This can be, I mean, we could skip it entirely if there's a direction we want to take this other than that, we can do that.
Oh, like I imagine there's a certain amount of prep. And keep in mind, Anders and Herman are still dressed up like movie stars.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
I think you guys need to practice, like the
Do we go to the food
movie
court and do like an impromptu signing to see how well our disguises work?
Yes.
Practicing.
I think that's it. Okay, so yeah, this is like Anders and Herman kind of looking at each other and going like, I don't know about this. I think Herman's like into it, but I think Anders is
Herman's like, what is wrong, renowned martial arts actor Jean-Claude Van Damme?
It's like I listen, I appreciate it. I love a good compliment, but I think we should take this for a test run. Why don't let's go to the food court. Let's get Emma's camera going. Let's get a line going. Like, maybe Mace can get some hype from the other customers, and we'll do some we'll sign some autographs. We'll do some hugs and photos. Let's just see how good these disguises work.
Very well. You can kick me with your deadly legs.
Awesome. I'm going to get me a Frosty from Wendy's. Any of you guys want some Frosties? And don't judge me if I dip my fries in my Frosty.
I would judge you if you didn't.
Hmm.
So I think that Anders is going to make a cred roll here. Or does Herman want to make a cred roll?
Look, I think we could both make cred rolls,
I
and
think
maybe
one
one
of
of us is really good at it, and one of us isn't.
I think we'll simplify. I think one of us will do a roll, but we'll get the extra die for the help.
Okay.
So
you do it, and I'll assist.
all right. Let's get over to my window here. 2d6, 1 and a 2. You guys' digital dice here are good.
Aren't they great?
They're real good over here.
They're real good today.
Their timing's just perfect. When you want that number, it gives you that number. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I'm
Other
still
times it
trying to
ruins
fail.
you.
There are also there's one other way you can move stats, and that's when you succeed on a roll. You can decide if you succeeded by perfectly executing a plan or following the rules, you move a point from cred to corporate, or if you find success in chaos or impulsiveness, or by breaking the rules, you move a point from corporate to cred. So I think that this is breaking the rules a little bit. I think this is a little impulsive, just throwing ourselves in the public eye like this. So I'm going to have Anders go 1 corp 5 cred.
Okay.
And to illustrate the severity of this, there's a concept of maxing out. So if at any time one of your stats hits 6, you immediately max out. If you max out your if you max out your corporate, you sell out and buy into what the man is selling. If you max out your cred, you give everyone the finger and walk out. Either way, you are no longer working with a group and may actively oppose them. You are a chaotic and unpredictable person.
Ears.
So going 5 cred here.
Fame is going to Anders' head. I love the idea, though, that at some point Anders is just like, I am Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Right. No, I think the disguises work perfectly, and I think Anders is definitely feeling the fantasy here, for sure.
All right.
And I think I want to do one little character note here. I think
Do it.
anytime Anders does like a kick or a pose or something, I think it's like a quick look at Blaine for validation.
Blaine is not there.
No. Tell me where Blaine is.
Blaine has taken Darla to like the back door, basically like the backstage halls of the mall, where like you run around if you're an employee, and she doesn't work at the mall, but like nobody ever really pays attention or gives a shit. I got my name tag on, so it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And because we're doing like, I'm running her through some reaction drills to make sure that she's ready to hit that DDR high score. But I'm gonna roll for cred to see if I manage to slip away without anyone following me back there, because like, you know, I don't want anyone to know that like I care about my sister or that I know anything about reaction
No,
drills.
that Blaine has feelings and emotions.
I might actually argue that that's a corporate role.
It's a corporate role?
Because I think like cred is
Okay.
like, I think cred would be you like, you
Rebellious.
know, oh, I can't be bothered about this sister, right? I'm rebellious. I think like being
Yeah.
kind to your sister, I think like that's
Yeah, it's like following the rules. Okay.
I think
so,
you're doing a corporate role.
so
You're being a nice
so
big
I
brother.
failed. So somebody saw me go back there.
Yeah. What's
And possibly followed.
what's your corp stat?
My corp is 2.
Oh yeah, you did. You went 3. Yeah, so when you roll, if you get greater than the stat, you fail. Describe how things go wrong. If you rolled a 6, things are much, much worse.
I
So-
think somebody followed us back there and has been watching and is learning my secrets. I don't know who though.
Oh, is it one of Francis's people?
Oh shit.
Are you being spied on?
Possibly.
Did they had someone tailing Darla through them all to keep tabs?
Like the bodyguard guy. Like, I'm the only person who watches kids cartoons.
No, I watched that
Definitely not the other
early
person.
last month. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
Miss Dimples.
Does
so
Blaine
Francis
notice?
knows now.
Does Blaine notice, or is this like the failure is that you got spied on, they know, and then he slips away unnoticed?
Yeah, Blaine does not notice
Oh yes.
because he's
Oh.
focused on he's doing the like,
Yeah.
you know, throwing out hands
Yeah.
and she's
Left
got to
arrow,
tap them.
right arrow. Yeah.
Yeah, doing it. She's like pointing,
Yeah. Oh man.
and
I love
she's
that.
also a young martial artist, so she's she's
Right.
much younger, but she's got some skills. Why she's so good at this game?
That's the secret to DDR.
It's
Is-
so
yes.
sweet.
I love it.
I want to know if I could play like as the lookout, and if I see something shady, I can do something with my frosty.
Yeah. Back at the food court.
Mm-hmm.
You can do something weird, like put your fries in
Well,
it.
Blaine didn't want. You're really the people he was trying to hide from.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Blaine's in a back
yeah.
hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we wouldn't know anyways.
But I did fail that, so you may have also followed us back there.
Or maybe Mace like sees this shady suited guy come out of the
Mhm.
back hallway.
Oh, and she follows in and catches us in there.
I don't
When
see
we're
shit.
doing-
Yeah, I kind of saw you walking. I don't know what the hell you were doing. All I see is this shady mother fudge following you, and I'm like,
Do you follow that guy, or do you go check on Blaine?
No, I'm following Mr. Max.
No, this,
All right.
this is where it all falls apart.
Shady and all.
Yeah. Okay. We need a roll to see if you can tail him without
Unnoticed?
being noticed.
Yeah.
How do we think that works? Probably like cred to blend in.
That feels like
Yeah.
a cred roll, yeah.
Yeah.
Part of them all. Okay. So you start with 1.
You
get
said
a
cred? Shit. Okay, keep going.
You got 1 to start with, and you can add a second die if there's something about your character that you think would make them suited for tailing this guy through the mall and being unseen. And then you can get a third die if one of the other characters is helping you. Which I'm not sure if there's anyone to help. Emma, like,
I feel like everyone's occupied, yeah.
Yeah.
Like- What's Emma doing?
We hadn't established that.
yeah, I mean that's up to
Okay.
that's up to.
I can
Emma could have been
elbow
like
you.
grabbing a Wendy or the like Frosty with you. Be like,
Yeah,
oh,
I could like elbow you and be like, the hell, you see that?
yeah, like pictures, flash.
Yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, yeah.
So yeah, I'll like
actually, yeah,
walk in front
yeah.
of him and like take a couple of pictures and try and distract him with the flash, so
Like
he
it.
doesn't notice Mace.
Witness
All
me. Okay.
So okay, Mace. That's at least 2. Is there anything about Mace that would make them particularly good at tailing whatever it is you're going to do to this guy?
To tail
Well,
this
Mace
guy?
is a hooligan. I mean, that's.
I think it's pretty That might be pretty well established. So yeah, I mean, depending on what the outcome of what you're aiming for here is, if you want to do three dice on a cred challenge.
I guess I mean, my whole point was just to see what this shady guy was doing, and
Oh, you just want to follow him?
yeah, I just want to follow him.
Oh, okay.
And so I probably won't act until I see that he's like getting near like Blaine. Will it all like tick together and be like, wait a second?
Yeah.
And
So
I
wait, did you follow him into the backstage area or out of it?
I'm following wherever I'm basically following that security guy. I'm
But
just-
when? Did
I
you
think
follow when he
after.
first
I think
followed
he
Blaine
saw
in, or?
Blaine and Darla,
Okay.
and he's on his way to like report now. I think he's left the back
Okay.
hallway, and that's when Mace sees him. And
Hmm.
he's, in my head, he was basically making.
a move.
He was going to go right back to that arcade where Francis is. Francis, I think, is like in that arcade all day, like watching over his store until like maybe the paperwork goes through and he officially owns it or something.
Okay.
But
He's
yeah,
not
this
giving
guy.
glamour shots.
Yeah, the glamour shot. Yeah, he just wanted like a photo for like under new management. He puts his photo up. But I think this guy's heading back to Francis to report right now. So
Yeah.
I think it's either like tail him and find out, or like intercept him and make sure he doesn't get there, or
I want to do that move and just like buy us some time where I bump into him and Smoothie gets all over this guy's suit.
Gotcha.
And
And I think Emma's
mess.
helping. Emma's getting in the way also. Camera flash
Yeah.
goes off. Frosty goes everywhere. Awesome. Okay, so I
Nice.
think Mace is doing either 2 or 3 dice. Up to you. On a cred.
We've got
Fred.
the help.
that's
and-
the doing the bad thing or following the rules thing.
Cred's the
Cred.
doing. Yeah,
It's
that's
like
like
street cred. It's your reputation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Strike.
That's like-
Okay, great. Okay.
It's your rep, yo.
So I'm rolling 1d6 again, right? I got
Yeah,
it right.
I'd say at least 2 because Emma's helping.
2. Okay. What does
yeah,
it mean?
5 and 2. So you take the lowest one. So what's your cred stat as? You bumped it up to 4. So I think a 2
I'm
is still.
bumping it. Yeah.
So I think 2 is still good. You just take the low one. What I will say though is, so your plane goes off without a hitch, and you can tell us how that works. When you find success in chaos or impulsiveness, move a point from corporate to cred.
I cannot follow the rules at all with the way I'm going. Good luck, you guys.
So are you at 1 and 5 now?
I think Mace is at 1 and 5 also.
Oh, we
So
got 2 on the edge.
we are
We
gonna
got
have
2
to-
wild cards.
We're gonna have to do something about this in a minute, but for now, Mace and Emma talk to us about how this security guy, this personal security guy, is intercepted, and how you distract and dissuade and put him off.
I'm gonna look at Mason and be like, yo, you think it's got flash?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic. You think you can get that big guy over there?
Yeah. I'll run up and go, sir, I'd love to get your photo, and just like snap a photo before he has a chance to respond, and like the flash is on like full.
Blinding light.
Yeah.
And then once he's like not be able to see, that's when I'm like gonna toss my frosties and be like, "Oh shit, man! I'm so sorry. Let's go." And I'm curious, does he have anything in his pockets I can pick?
Oh, jeez.
Here's a sample of what I would be like if I was a rodent.
Yeah,
Beauty. There you go.
dude.
You're about to go off the chain, girl.
I think you got your success. I think
Alright.
I think you're in a position. He's blind. He's covered in frosty.
No
he's freaking out about
phone.
his suit.
no-
You tell me what's he got?
I want to grab his phone.
All right. Yeah, you grab his phone. Did we decide on an era? What are we doing? Like late?
Yeah, are we
90s?
doing pay phones or cell phones?
What, yeah. What,
Like
what
one
is
of those
a-
like big like.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
chunky-
what's a
Them
cell
big
phone in the late
phones.
'90s look like?
Yes!
Yeah, you,
It's a Zach Morris phone. Yeah.
You extract a brick from his.
Oh shit! Should it be?
oh,
Oh, maybe it should have been the phone book or something. Oh
It
no,
ex-
I don't know.
It weighs
I don't know.
1,000 pounds.
I like
It could
that
just
we
be his
have his
pager
phone.
too.
I guess I toss it like in the
Oh,
trash or
yeah.
something.
A pager would be easier to pickpocket off someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you be able to like? I never figure out how those pagers work. I never looked into it. Do they actually like list off like things of like who's who or something like caller ID?
I think it's mostly just like a phone number that you're then supposed to like go call.
It's you
And
call it
it
and
will
whatever
give-
they type in.
Yeah, it will give you a short little message. So like
Yep.
either a call or.
I feel like if it's like late 90s, by then there was some that would like store
Yeah.
the last couple messages.
All right.
and-
Oh yeah. Okay. So
Okay,
we got
yeah.
some message history to go through.
So you've got at least a couple phone numbers or like coded digits or something.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yes, I can star 69 shit. I'm so happy. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, holy crap. I'm sad.
I know. I'm aware.
Yes.
I have participated.
Like we're old.
Yeah.
We all remember stresses.
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody have a scene left? Who still has to do a lunch scene?
I believe we were doing a photo shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Does Herman have you want to do a follow-up to that?
oh, did we do it already? Okay, never mind.
I mean, yeah, no, that was I think that was my role.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
right,
Andrew's
because you were
role
doing
to,
the
like-
kick, so there. Right.
So I think the photo shoot goes well. I think it's, people are starstruck. They're just like they're
Yeah.
willing to buy into the fact that this is Arnold and Jean-Claude, even though it's like pretty obvious. But I think like I think it's sold by like Anders doing slightly better martial arts and Herman just being very tall and like not looking like a normal teen. That I think we kind of sell it. So if
I think Blade does walk out towards the end of this, by which point Emma and Mace have already left, and Anders and Herman haven't even noticed. And Blaine does kind of like,
it's all right. Did
Validation.
yeah. Dawn, have you done a scene?
No, I was thinking,
yeah.
like just kind of a like pan out. You see like photo shoots going on. Blaine's off doing his thing. Mace's and Emma are doing their thing, and sorry, I'm trying to blank. And like you see like a bunch of people all like heading towards their signs being put out of the like come play last day of arcade.
Ooh.
So like everybody's kind of like making their way. It's like free tokens for the last day
Time's
of the
running
arcade.
out.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. That's that's the kind of realization that like, oh, this is actually happening. We gotta go, and it's gonna be busy.
I
That
feel like
place
this
gonna
is
be
the perfect
packed.
spot, because this is usually when we would take our a break anyway. So I think this
Yes.
is the perfect spot to take a break if we're all done with lunch.
Yep.
I'm prepared.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll take our normal break, about 20 minutes, guys. So stay with us and see what happens here. I'm having a lot of fun. This is
Let's just chaos unfold.
this is really cool.
That's
Wait,
right.
hold on. I totally there we go. Yeah, I did make a command for that. If you're interested in checking out this game, check out the new Kickstarter for this expansion that we're playing, one of the versions of it. Tell them again what's going
Yeah.
on.
So I'm running a Kickstarter for the expansion. The book is actually a combination of a lot of different modules and setting elements to augment the base game of Mall Kids. So you can kind of, we're doing one called Massive Mall right now, which is kind of a take on the hero's journey trope of high fantasy, but set in a giant Mall of America style mall. There's ones about playing a spooky haunted mall at night. There's one about evading a overzealous security guard and you want to do crimes. There's one about a secret shopper coming in, and it's kind of like a mystery intrigue thing. So it's a lot of cool stuff.
It's too close to home.
I know. Secret shopper heart races. But you can get all that on the Kickstarter link right now. And if you don't already have the base game of Mall Kids, which is required for the expansion, I'm doing digital and physical bundles of those. So you can get either both digital copies or both printed zines. And there's a discount for both of those bundles. So if you do, this is a great time to get into the Mall Kids.
Nice.
Awesome. So stay with us. We will be back in about 20 minutes, and we'll have some videos for you to watch in the meantime.
I'm a jump.
All right. We're back.
Hello.
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 What's up, my homies? No, I'm kidding.
Greetings. Shit.
He got so
Together,
excited.
Herman.
Herman's dropping his phone. What is up, mine homies?
All right.
Alright.
Herman, you gotta say it like this. For shizzle, my schnizzle, and something like that. Can you do that, Herman?
for schnizzle and something like that.
It's good. It's good. We sure don't want him talking through his butt. That really works.
All right.
We've
When last we left our heroes.
Yes, sorry. We're doing a show here. Thanks all for
Oh,
joining us.
right. What's happening? Okay.
Welcome back to the second half. Yeah, give us a recap there.
Sure. When last we left our heroes, Herman Normalteen and Anders had disguised themselves as Hollywood action stars. They had gone to the food court in an effort to test out their new guises. This is all part of a more elaborate plan to unseat an unsavory billionaire who has taken away the high score of Miss Darla, the little sister of Mr. Blaine. But as Blaine was assisting Darla with her dancing skills, secreted away in a hallway, it was noticed that an evil do-batter was found by Mace, and then Mace, along with Emma, left in hot pursuit of this gentleman, while our good friends Anders and Herman were caught up in their martial arts displays and fandom, and Blaine had come out to see them with his little sister and re-engage story.
Yes.
Right.
And also the point is that somebody's gonna close down the Gravel Arcade and end the high scores forever.
That was implied. No,
Because because it's the rich kid from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
yes.
We also gained a new item to our stalker.
We have the security guard's pager.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, so we just finished off the lunch beat. So we're going into evening, which is see your goal ahead, the final push, or making good on your promise. So I think this is going to be the climb. This is going to be getting through Mordor. This is going up the mountain. This is the arriving at the enemy gates type of stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
So we've got to get to the other side of the mall, which is
Yes.
still, I don't know, we came over to the food court, but I think this is still like our food court on our side of the mall.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we still got some journeying to do. So I'll take scene. Take first scene. So I think as we're heading over there and everything's kind of assembled, maybe Herman and Anders have sort of let things die down and slip away so that we can just travel through the mall sort of normal. And I think Mace is looking at the pages she swiped. Does she share this information with the rest of her group here? Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! As soon as we're in a nice little crowded area and that man's gone, we're like, yo, come here. I got something good. Y'all gonna like this. I pull it out my pocket, and then there's the beeper, right? Is what we said, or the
Yeah.
big?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, the beeper. Okay. It's like, all right. So we got a list of numbers here. We can go through them and figure out which number belongs to the big bad. Follow me?
I will follow you.
Yeah, maybe we can come up with something
Awesome.
to get him to leave the arcade and get him out of the way for a minute.
Yeah, say something like his car's getting towed or some shit. I see adults running all the time. My dad runs as soon as he gets his car towed or some shit.
Yeah. But do you think he'd go after that himself, or would he send one of his lackeys?
How many lackeys does this dude have now?
How many cars does he have?
Anders, you saw it over there. What's the situation?
I mean, it's got to be at least two, right? There's one watching the door. There was one that we got the pager off of.
Nah. All right,
Who
I
knows?
mean,
Could be
if we-
3, 4, 5.
Hey,
The
well,
lackeys will not be able to retrieve the cars if they are enjoying hugs from their favorite action movie stars. Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
So I guess one of us will call when you guys are doing the distraction to get him out.
Oh, dude, you know what's gonna really set his ass on fire?
Fire. Fire will do that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not talking about literally, man. Catch up. Shit. No.
Very well. We will have another plan that does not include arson.
What if we?
No. We get like, the wife if he has one, and just like mind game shit with him and be like, dude, she cheating on you with this other man in this other part of the mall right now.
You really
Perhaps
think
she
that
is
guy's
cheating
married?
on him.
Do you really think that guy's married?
I don't know, but we got numbers here. If there's a girl on this phone,
I don't know, Emma.
I'll
You were
be
talking
wrong.
to him for a while. Do you mention any sort of relationship
There
problems
wasn't a
or?
wedding ring, so
shit.
I don't know. He could.
What
he
if
could, I don't know. I also wasn't really listening, so he could have a girlfriend, and I just don't know. But you know, no ring, so.
What if we just call in a bomb threat?
But that would make everybody have to leave, and we couldn't
Right.
get in.
Yeah, I don't know. They might kick us out. They might do sweeps. Security might come by. They might make us leave. I don't know if
And
we
if
can
they
risk
find
that.
out it was us, like, I don't want to lose my job.
I think we should hang on to this. I think we should
We're going off the deep end.
we should keep this number. I think, yeah, we can call it when we're active, like when we're there, just to create one more bit of chaos.
I like your car's getting towed because like,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do too.
Yeah.
my
If he's
dad
buying up
freaked out when
arcades, he
that
definitely has a
happened.
car he cares about.
Alright. Yeah,
Or
no.
a bike.
Some of that people like their cars, man. Sometimes they treat them better than their own kids, man.
To become
Not me,
so
though.
attached
No, I'm
to
not
their own
talking about me.
possessions.
Yeah. What this
Becomes
dark one
like
says.
Who they are. It's fucking pathetic.
All about
We
the
are all
material
but dust
thing.
in the wind.
It's like Madonna, you know? It's all about the material things.
Blaine very quietly hums "Dust in the Wind" just to himself because he secretly loves that song. But
But he would never say out loud.
no,
No, he can't say out loud what's in his heart.
No.
Alright, so we got our steps in order or what? We go in, we distract with freaking balls, dollar sneaking in, snarking, whatever the hell I was trying to say, sneaking. I don't
Yes.
know. What was it now? Oh no, you two are the distraction. My bad.
Do we want to start making our way there?
You guys
so
ready?
who's got the next scene?
I was thinking. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say like with all of the commotion of like two movie stars, I was like, what if we take the back routes? And she goes and opens up one of the back doors and like leaves them in and like looks around and closes the door. So like montage of us like walking through the like hallways and like occasionally like hearing somebody coming and ducking into like
Dun, 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 dun.
a hallway.
Hell yeah,
Wait,
Emma!
hold on,
Shit!
where's my- Okay, here we go.
Rooting for this girl.
How well does Emma know these back hallways? Is this a non-trivial, risky move that we're doing?
I think like you know she's worked there for a little bit, so she knows like the general layout, but there are definitely like a couple of like times where it's like, is it this way or this way? Like, because all of the hallways kind of look the same.
Should we do a roll to see?
I feel like there are kind of sections of the back mall. Like they don't want to give every schmoly who works in the mall access to every storeroom.
Mhm.
So there's at least at some point there's like a door with a keypad that we got to get through. So maybe Emma has to roll corporate to see if she knows the.
Oh, I know the
Combo.
code.
Ooh.
Or would that be rolling cred because it's not a combo she's supposed to have?
I mean, I think corporate was my gut just to see like.
Has she been trusted with information?
Yeah, I think that's
most
the-
people aren't.
I mean, that's up to Emma. Is this a thing that Emma would like be entrusted with? Was she like a good worker and got to know this code? Like, did her boss trust her, or is this like a cred? Like, oh, I snuck this off of somebody else or whatever.
I think probably the like needing to know like a couple of those codes to get back to like the printer and like the office supplies.
All right, so it's a corporate role for Emma. And if there's anything in your backstory that would help you out, you get an extra one. Otherwise, if someone else is helping, you get an extra one. And looking at my stats, I'm not helping out with corporate. That is not a thing.
Since we all like work at the mall, don't we have like a little bit of knowledge of them back hallways? That's like usually reserved for employees.
Yeah, we can. So
Yeah.
Mace want to help out?
You may have seen somebody else punching in at some point.
Yeah. I mean,
Sounds good.
you said there was like option A and option B, and I was like, nah, Mace would definitely be option B. I don't think Emma would be option B with the whole stealing the code.
Yeah, so if you're helping, do you both
Yeah.
have to be doing either corporate or
No,
credit?
not necessarily.
No, I'll assist.
Yeah, like, there's only one person doing the role. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna
you can
assist
you can be
Emma.
assisting on a cred basis because you just
Yeah.
watch
Yeah, there's
somebody
only-
else punch in the number.
Yeah, only
Yeah.
Dawn is going to make the role here.
Alright.
And the role is going to be a corporate role.
Oh wow, excellent.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Killed
good.
it.
Number one. All right. So
You
yeah, it
definitely
turns
had that
out
number.
you got the codes, and probably like if anybody even sees us back here, you know, it's like, oh, I'm supposed to be here type of thing, right?
Yeah, like no. We're just you know, we're taking them to the arcade opening.
We have a good reason.
Yeah, I like it.
If
All
we
right.
do, if somebody does come across this and question why there's a 8-year-old kid walking through with a bunch of people who clearly don't all work in the same place.
And
Blake-
Jean-Claude Van Damme and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, right. Blaine
You
will
forget
just
our flawless disguises.
Blaine will just poke Darla, his little sister, and whisper, "Damsel in distress," and she knows that means to act like she's injured, and we're taking her back to a first aid office or something. We've done this routine before.
Oh no.
Nice.
It's a family of criminals and
Wait, let's see if it works. I think this is obviously a cred roll.
oh yeah, we're just imposing roles now.
It does not work.
Ooh.
No.
It's a
Not-
6. It does
not-
not work. It unworks.
Describe how things go wrong. If you roll a 6, things are much worse.
Cool.
Yeah, I think so we passed just a mall security guard, and they were kind of like looking at us funny from down the thing, or at least I thought they were. They really weren't. They were just, you know, kind of going along. It had nothing to do with us. But I still tried to run the overdramatic routine, and that attracted his attention, and he stops us and he's like, "Hey, how about all you kids, y'all work on the other side of the mall. Who's this little rug right here? What's going on? Oh my God, Mr. Van Damme! I am your biggest fan. Oh, could you do the splits real quick? Could I see it?
Oh man.
You with the camera. I'll tell you what. I won't ask any more questions. If I could just get a picture next to Mr. Van Damme doing the splits.
Yeah. Okay. Let's.
I think
let's,
you gotta roll our way out of this. I
I gotta roll.
Yeah.
What is this? This is like pretending to be Jean-Claude Van Damme, doing some martial arts. Is this corporate or cred?
Ooh. That's tough going.
I think this has got to be cred.
It's got you're
Yeah, that's
definitely
deception,
you're pulling one
basically.
over on someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got my one. I don't know. Herman, do we want to help? Like, is Arnold Schwarzenegger being there also helping? Just like lending credence here. Do I get 2 at least?
All right. Yeah,
I
you
don't-
insist.
I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna roll one.
You gonna go with it? Okay,
Yeah.
go with it.
I think
How much does Herman actually look like? I guess the crowd kind of bought it. So maybe this guy was like, wait,
This
Wait a
guy's like
second.
really into Jean-Claude Van Damme, though.
Are you Arnold Schwarzenegger? You have lost a lot of weight. Is this a new role you got coming up or something?
We are making a new movie together. It is called The Expandables.
Oh my god, that's fantastic! I won't tell anyone. I won't tell anyone. But just like, yeah, can we get this? Can we get this picture? It's got to be doing the splits. My sister's gonna freak out.
All right.
Just grab his shoulders and push him down.
All right. So am I doing 2? Is that what we're doing?
I think you're getting two. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's the 2.
So you take the better one, right?
Yeah, you
Or
take
does
the
the
low one.
Or does the 6 color it?
No, it's you always take the lowest one. So this is a 2 versus my credit 5. So I think we do it. Yeah, I think there's like, I think Anders is so into this right now. I think it's like a splits across this narrow hallway too. Like I think he's like actually doing it for real this time.
Yeah, I feel like the security guard too. He kind of like tries to pose in some way that makes it look like a scene, but nothing makes sense because it's just
it's a hallway. It's a bunch of kids. It's a very bad.
This is all dumb as hell.
So he tries to like kind of sit on the ground and like maybe look like he just got kicked. He's like, oh, and it just looks real dumb.
The best part about this is like we have like a real actual camera, so there's no like Polaroid here. This is like we're gonna take a picture and he's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I'll come pick it up later."
Yeah, so I can get that at the Smile Zone
in an hour and
in an hour. Oh,
Yeah.
that's that. I mean, I'm actually just getting off work. Can I grab it tomorrow?
yeah, that's probably better actually.
Okay, awesome. Oh, this is so good. This is going in the living room.
Right.
All right.
Taps Anders on the shoulders.
Thank you.
Say your catchphrase.
Does Jean-Claude Van Damme have a catchphrase?
No, he doesn't. He just assumes that there is one.
Yeah, no, I think Anders panics because Anders doesn't know anything about Jean-Claude Van Damme anyway. And I think it's just like, I'll kick you later.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. I didn't know you've never had a catchphrase before, but this is gonna be in the new movie. I won't tell anyone. I won't tell anyone.
Yeah. This is for the new movie. This is the new.
Oh, this is
Don't tell
great.
anyone. You didn't see us.
I won't tell anyone. I will wait. I won't even pull out the picture till the movie comes out. All right.
Okay.
He's gonna be sitting on this picture for years, trying to keep his promise for a movie that never comes out.
Right? In an envelope. I love it.
For a similar movie that comes out in 2017.
Yes. In 2017, he gets the picture out and he's just like, finally.
it's here.
Oh God. All right.
All right. So I guess we proceed to our destination.
You lot are a stressful bunch. I pull another candy out of my hat. Shit.
Who else got seen here?
Ooh, cherry.
Did Mace take a scene yet? I haven't keep track. Who's leading what here?
I
guess
think
that's
I had a
why the game works.
scene And
So Mace, what are we doing next with the candy in the hat? We got past the security guard. What happens now?
Oh shit! No,
we-
seems like the scene's done.
Are we out of the back hallways now?
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
we're out.
All right.
I think our destination's in sight.
I think we got most of the way there. Yeah, and so
So, okay, let's do this. We make it out of the back hallways, and we can see the Extreme Gaming place, Game Extreme. And it is surrounded by a velvet rope and 2 goons.
Mm-hmm.
Is our nemesis, Francis, and he's dancing away, having the time of his life.
Is one of the
which-
goons covered in frosty stains right now?
Oh yeah, I'm actually just like all down the shirt.
Yeah. Still trying to look professional.
Yeah, still just standing there, and it's baking in the heat from the lights. It's awful. It's a bad scene all over the place. And we're like, okay, so naturally Herman and Anders will take the lead on this to distract the goons, and then it will be up to everyone else to get Francis away and get Darla on the Dance Dance game.
Mace, do you want to make the call?
Yeah, 1 second. I don't want that frosty dude to recognize me.
I will distract him.
Gamer,
then
I'm going blend in.
He says, "Come with me, Jean-Claude Van Damme."
I think before we part, Anders like gets over to Blaine, kind of leans in and it's just like, "There's two here. We were only kind of expecting the one. So even if we cause this distraction, it's going to be super risky. So it might be okay for you to try and get in the back. Like we distract out here, you take Darla around the back. You know, I don't want you guys getting caught."
Good.
What do you think? What do you
I
think?
like you, man. You think outside the box. Got an open mind. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's a blush for sure. That's a blush moment.
Aww.
So I'll take Darla and we'll sneak around back into the sort of back hallways. Or actually no, before we go, be like, so do we want to like time this off? Is it gonna be a signal or what?
Oh,
you're gonna make the call.
Do we
guys gotta go
synchronize
in.
our swatches at this point?
Let's synchronize our swatches.
Yeah.
Timex.
Yeah. Is
Pretty
there
sure.
Mine is Ninja Turtles.
I'm pretty sure the sign can be when you hear a bunch of kids screaming in excitement when they see these two clowns out here.
All right. So yeah, I guess I'll just try to hang to the side and watch for when he's not on the machine.
There you go.
Oh, what? Can I get
Alright.
a couple of those tokens or two?
Yeah, pocket some tokens, hand it to him. Gonna keep some for myself just to make more of a chaos.
The secret is that the tokens work in both arcades and no one noticed.
They ordered the same size.
It's the exact
Dun, dun,
same
dun.
token with a different picture on it. Yeah.
Tokens are
Lovely.
tokens.
Okay, is there any other setup that we want to do before we go into our next beat?
Yeah, unless we're gonna head back there and I'll give her the tokens and we'll sneak through the back and just kind of wait for a little chaos and then kind of move up into the arcade itself and then keep an eye for when Francis leaves the machine.
All right, then before we get into our next beat, stat change scenes. Anybody feeling that?
All right, I'll knock mine down. Can I do that?
So yeah, if you want to take because your cred's pretty high.
It's so high, I can keep
you
going.
helped out with the knowing which like hallways to take and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, like using that corporate
Yeah, so you can move move a point from cred to corporate by taking on more responsibility or publicly agreeing with someone in power. Maybe that help was like letting it slip, like you actually kind of like assistant manage your dad's store. You're actually very responsible and like you have the code and you're actually very highly trained in all of the businessy stuff.
Man, something tells me I'm gonna need that 4 later. Got this gut feeling.
I'm gonna leave mine 1 and 5 just to see what happens in our last scenes.
I mean, 5, my bad. But yeah.
But yeah, so I think Mace will go back to being like a Corp 2, Cred 4 type of situation. Anders is on Corp 1, Cred 5, teetering dangerously on becoming Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I think
say that Emma moves to Corp 5, Cred 1, just like with all the stuff in the hallway.
Yep.
Oh shit!
I think Blaine is balanced back out to 3-3 because he's starting to find this fraternal instinct, and he's like invested in this at this point, which is messing with
Blaine is a complex and deep person.
He's got so many layers.
He's got layers.
You know, he's sticking to the man, but also like looking out for family. So it's,
I like it.
Yeah, he's just man, Blaine, you've got so many layers.
All right.
Herman remains as always perfectly neutral.
Yes, this is very good. All right, so we're moving into our last, second to last beat, which is closing. Complete your quest, the final blow, make a valiant sacrifice.
Okay.
Oh, weren't we supposed to make a phone call and
We
You're
can't,
part of this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
We
that'll
can
be part
score.
of this. So
Okay.
I think we kind of have already put together like an order of these scenes here. So I think Mace makes a phone call.
Star 69. Hello.
Do we want... Okay, there's two paths. Do we want to make a roll to see if it's the right number, or do we want it to be the right number and make a roll to see if it works? What's more interesting?
I want to see her convince Francis that this is what's going on.
So it's the
Yeah.
right number. Okay, so you get through to Francis.
We do some Bard shit. You know how I fuck these things up.
Yes, I want to see
I love it.
All right.
Damn it.
My favorite part.
So how are you trying to convince him? Because I can see two paths. If this is like, you could be using Corp if you're trying to like pretend to be mall security or some other like corporate figure like Sir Your Car is being towed. Or if this is cred, like, are you gonna like threaten him and like tell him that your car's on fire? Like, what is it?
Nah, I'm going to play security.
All right, so I think that's a Corp roll then.
Okay. Wait, what?
It's a Corp roll.
Yeah. Encounters, I get lost so easily. Okay, yeah, we'll see how the dice rolls. Okay.
I was gonna say, I think your Corp's at 2 right now, so.
Oh shit. Okay. Ooh.
I think you should get a second one. I think we're kind of setting up like Mace is actually like really invested in Dad's business.
Okay.
I think we can do 2.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh.
Deep down,
Alright.
she thinks it's real cool that her family business is owning arcades because that's totally something she would want to.
As a
Right.
kid, that's the coolest thing.
It is the best.
Mhm.
But she's a teenager, so she can't pretend that she actually thinks it's cool.
Right. All right. So let's do roll 2d6 against your Corp score of 2.
Ooh, nope.
What I tell you,
Oh
I'm-
no!
I'm on the bad track side. All right.
All right.
Who
So you
made
get
that good call? I made the good call.
So you get a 3. Describe how things go wrong. So you do call, you do get connected to Francis, you do your thing, and he's just not buying it. Maybe it's something like, oh, they know it's my car. If there was something like, they would come get me personally. Like maybe he has like a policy in place where like they would never tow his car. Like he's paid so much money that that's his parking spot regardless or whatever.
They wouldn't dare.
Security kind of works for
Right.
him, so who's going to tow it?
Right.
Who's going to call the
Alright.
tow truck?
I'm gonna go to plan B then and be like, alright, get my bouncy ball, I'm gonna throw it in its face.
Nice.
Okay, so I would say at this point, you're hanging up the phone and then you're on your way back,
Yeah.
and the distraction attempt
Yep.
would start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got plenty plans.
You wanna-
but
you
yeah,
wanna-
that's
Is Herman leading? Is Anders leading? What does this look like? You want to take it?
I'll take it. So we're gonna walk up, and Herman puffs out his chest. Hello, it is us, renowned movie stars Arnold Schwarzenegger and renowned Belgian martial artist Jean-Claude Van Damme. We have come here to give you special hugs. Like descends on one of the security guards.
Oh no. This game was not set up to deal with special hugs. I don't know
what to do.
I don't know what kind of role hugging a security guard is. Like hugging a person's
That's a
security.
nice thing.
In Herman's mind, it's just like this keeps this man away from being unable to engage in anything.
God, are we just taking out the security guards?
He's not trying to
feel like this is-
choke him out. He's just like
This
he's.
feels like cred because this does not feel like a corporate.
Yeah, this is
like,
this is definitely a wild card move. I think this is cred.
All right. Let's
Very well.
Welcome to playing with Puck.
Let's
It
have,
kind of doesn't
yeah,
matter because he's 3-3 right now. anyway.
Pretty
Let's
much.
have Herman do a cred roll with
Well, I guess it doesn't
one.
matter.
I think Anders will help by like kind of stuttering and like, what are you doing? And then he's just like, yes. in Belgium, where at least one of us is from, we hug. That is what we do. And I think he goes to hug the other security guard.
Okay.
And just try and normalize what we're doing as like some kind of like European greeting.
Herman specifically chooses the one with the frosty spilled on him. It's like.
All right. So okay.
Oh, sorry,
Herman-
just one. My bad.
The first one, force. Let's fail.
Sure.
No. Anders was helping, so I think that's the thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Anders was trying to like make this a like, no, this is normal. We do this in.
This
we
is
hug-
fine.
we
Everything
hug
is normal.
strangers. So I think it's a 2.
Okay. I'm still good.
I think that means they buy it. They
Yeah.
buy this European hug greeting thing.
Yeah. And he just holds on. Like he just for
It
an
is how we
uncomfortably long
hug
time.
in Austria.
This
I think Anders is gonna like quickly try and like follow. Like, let's not linger on the hugs here too much. I think like Anders is like waving Emma over, and he's just like, "Yes, we're here to congratulate you on your new
pictures.
arcade, and we're here to tour, and we're here to take photos. Would you like to take a photo with us?" And tries to get them like involved in this kind of like get them hyped up in this like photo shoot opportunity.
yes, we are making a movie.
Emma starts.
That's
like,
right. We're
flashing.
making a movie. We're
Flashing
getting
pictures.
the stills. Yeah.
All of your dreams are coming true at once.
Okay, so Andrew's got to make a roll here, which I think is definitely playing into this chaos aspect of it. So let's. I'll pick up 1. I'm going to roll 1.
Okay.
All right.
Who's helping me? Anybody helping me?
What are you trying to push out this
Well, like,
deception?
Emma's taking pictures and like.
Yeah, I'm trying to like bring them away from the door, like
calling,
them caught up
calling
in
like,
the
no,
pictures.
look at the camera. Come on, look over here.
Yeah.
The light's better over here.
Yeah.
Like at
Herman,
this point, Blaine and Darla are like in the back corner waiting for their
Yep.
moment when.
Yep. We're trying
Francis
to create
is
the
away.
space right now.
But I'm watching. So if Anders looks in that direction, Blaine's just gonna be like nodding, like, yeah, it's working.
Yeah.
You know, kind of giving a little bit of a
Yeah,
bardic
right,
inspiration almost.
and with a high kick. Here we go.
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, I think we get these security guards involved. Like they're like, I think Frosty Suit is like trying to cover it up as best he can. He's like trying to like, and they're like getting into it. Like they want to get the
Yeah.
picture taken. At the
Oh, absolutely. They're all on board. He like shuffles him over. Yes, all your dreams at once. It's okay. Everything is fine.
So I think that has officially created like these 2 security guards are non-threat at the moment. We have created some space here.
So we still gotta get Francis off the machine. I think at this point, I'll take a scene, but it's a scene about Mace shows up and I don't know, does she slip past security? How does she try to help out? Because Francis is still at the machine. He didn't buy the phone call.
Yeah, I chuck a ball. A rubber ball.
Just start
Just-
throwing balls onto the
just try-
thing.
Should I throw bouncy balls at him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like them bouncy balls. On chuck.
I think he gets hit by one and like tries to stay on his game because he's getting close to a new high score.
Well, what if it like lands under his feet and he just whoop?
I don't know. I think she should have to roll for what would this be? Would this be a cred roll?
Sure. It doesn't
Not a
sound.
nice-
It doesn't sound super corporate to me.
Right? So
This sounds like a hazard, a workplace hazard.
Mace, give us a cred
I don't-
roll.
Yeah, I don't belong on the other side.
You're making your OSHA violation huge.
They told it to be like this on the other side.
You took the arcade from me.
Mace, make a cred roll.
Is it 1 roll or 2 rolls? 2 rolls, isn't it? 2d6?
I don't know. I don't think anybody's helping you. I think everybody else is occupied.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
One.
cool. All right, 1d6.
What's your cred?
Oh, I barely made it. 4.
4?
I think your credit is 4. Okay, this is our first
I-
equal. So if your roll is equal to your stat, things get complicated. Describe a messy situation, what your success costs you, or how you need to compromise. So this is like you can do it, but like is one of the security guards going to see you do it and you're going to get caught? Is like he's not actually going to trip, but you'll like blow his high score, but you're not going to like really take him out? Like what's the mixed success here?
Oh yeah, this probably messes with his concentration at least, and mix. Oh, this is toughy. Shoot.
Yeah, so we'll get like some of it, but I don't think we're gonna get like a full. Like you're not gonna get everything you want here.
Oh.
For what it's worth, I kind of like him being in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no,
what
that
about
makes sense.
So okay, I'll finish up my scene of this. I'll say he you throw it and one of them kind of like falls or hits under his foot, and yeah, he slips out and falls on a thing, and it messes up his game. But that causes him to look around and suddenly realize that his security's over there, and he also in the corner of the arcade sees Blaine and Darla. Not very well hidden behind a machine.
Mm-hmm.
So who wants to take the scene from there?
That makes sense. I don't mind tossing coins unless someone else got like another idea.
Hey, there's finally a toss a coin.
Get the kids.
We made it.
Basically, get the kids to, I don't know, block him off in his area.
Got a
so like Emma like will snap a picture and like she like catches out of the corner of her eye seeing him like see Darla and start to walk over there, and she rushes over. She was like, Mr. Buxton, I thought it would be a really great idea to get a picture of you with the machine, and maybe like a picture of you outside of the arcade, that way you can like put it up and all that. It's not just the framed photo.
All right. Corporal, probably.
Oh no.
Are we all just? We're all just kind of solo, right? I think Anders
This is it, man.
All right.
So yeah, you're trying to distract it from.
Oh no.
Blaine just kind of pulls Darla behind him a little bit. That's pretty much all he does.
No.
Oh shit!
Oh no.
Yep. Things
Things
go wrong. How are they much worse?
He kind of like, I think the seeing like all of the things going on starts to like the wheels turn in his head, and he suddenly is like, "You're trying to distract me, to get my high score. I'm not having any of it." And he like goes in and puts another coin in the machine and starts to play.
Yeah. I think like Anders sees this like plan falling apart and just like rushes in, and they're trying to call attention to like, look at this guy. He doesn't even want to, he's worried about getting beat by an 8-year-old girl. Look at how, and like draw, like kind of flipping the script and like, I'm going to draw everybody's attention to this, and he's going to have nowhere to hide. Like he's got to do heads up against this 8-year-old girl.
Oh.
I think, and Blaine steps in too, and he's like, individual accomplishments are meaningless. You didn't even get these on your own. Everybody knows you really want to win a dance-off. It's got to be a squad dance-off. Why don't you get yours?
Oh God.
And these two here, and I point to Anders and Darla,
Oh God.
will follow up and see if they can beat your score.
All right. Are you putting the ultimate role on Anders here?
On Anders, and but with Darla's help.
Okay.
So I
You
think,
can do it, John.
so wait, what do you think? What do you think? Who do you think Francis chooses as his partner?
It's got to be these two security guards, right? Like that's just like the best backup dancers. Like these two
these two
boxy guys in
goons.
suits.
Yeah.
So he's got it, because I'm picturing it as like a 2-set machine,
Mm-hmm.
and you can either like co-op or play against. So they're gonna do their co-op run first. He's gonna pick one of his guards.
Okay, if he's picking the guards,
It's got to be the Wendy's guy.
It's got to be
The Frosty.
guy.
Yeah.
Frosty.
if he's picking the Frosty guy, Herman wants to sow dissent in the mind of Frosty guy. So he puts a hand on Frosty guy's shoulder And he says, I know you must do this. It is your job. But know that I, your truest friend, Arnold Schwarzenegger, believes in you. And perhaps you will find the right thing to do because you are the true Terminator.
And Blaine is going to give some help too. I want to make sure you get 3 dice here. So before they both go up, after Francis and I don't know, how do we do this? Do we give a roll to Francis and his goon?
No, there's no
Or is it just
contested
you're
rolls.
gonna
I think
roll?
we're just gonna we're gonna take this amazing scene that we have crafted here, and we're just gonna wrap it up into a single dice roll here.
Blaine's going to say to both Anders and Darla, 'cause Darla knows this saying from their kung fu teacher. But I'm just going to say, remember, still mind, calm heart, empty your cup, live in the moment.
All right. Okay. So Anders is doing what I can only assume is a cred roll here.
It's got to be. You
But-
got to pull some
Yeah.
dance moves.
But I think we've all agreed that there's a 3 here.
Hey,
Yeah.
All right. Oh, good. It's a lot of ones.
oh boy.
Okay. So I think this is like, Anders is empowered by their friends, by the confidence instilled in them, and by this martial arts saying. And I think they go up, and I think they smash it. They have to.
They kill it.
I think we need to describe this.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's probably like it's got to be the hardest song. It's the hardest difficulty.
Yeah.
It's anybody who knows anything about this arcade sees this song selection and just goes like, "Oh, this is
Gasps.
No
a sea
one-
of gasps goes out through the crowd.
Nobody actively chooses this. No one
can
puts
do
themselves
this.
through
It starts out silently,
That mode's impossible.
Yeah.
but they start to get into it. They start to get into sync, and then somebody goes, "Oh my God, they're doing it!" And everybody goes, "Yay!"
Yeah, for sure.
They start doing the switching
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's going all out. Like, yeah, there's like secret moves being done. Like
They're grabbing the back bar and just letting their legs go.
full
This part where they cartwheel across each other.
Yeah, somebody outside screams Jean-Claude Van Damme is playing DDR with an 8-year-old girl. Like the mall outside is utter chaos right
Everybody
now.
rushes in.
Yeah.
Madness is unfolding everywhere. Herman shares a meaningful look with the guard covered in milkshake.
The score's going up. It's like, and Francis goes, "No, no!"
Yeah. And I think the high score dings just like right at the last step. It's Darla putting one foot down, and that's like the last 5 points they need or whatever.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the high score. And the room goes absolutely berserk.
The whole mall is going nuts.
Awesome. So I think that's the end of closing. That was like the here's what I think one of the things that happens afterwards is I think that
On the way out, I punch Francis in the back of the knee when nobody's looking real quick.
His leg breaks.
I feel like
to the ground.
I feel like that's a cred roll that I make. Okay, good. He doesn't even know who did it. It just suddenly his knee hurts. He thinks he must have twisted it dancing.
Yeah, perfect. I think that in all of that, that is I think that's Anders maxing out cred. I think that's I think that's going 6. So when your cred reaches 6, you give everyone the finger and walk out. I think Anders has gotten like Jean-Claude Van Damme famous in his head and doing this dance off. And
What if Anders, when it was time to put in the name for the high score, like just hip checked Darla off the platform and put in his own name?
he does. They do. That's what happens.
Yeah,
But
I
he
think
puts it in a Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Totally what they
Yeah,
did.
he's right. It's JCVD goes in, and it's the worst. That's exactly what Anders does.
And this is what kills Jean-Claude Van Damme's career.
That's right.
Is that word gets out that he hip-chucked an 8-year-old girl in a mall for a high
That's
school.
the front page
Greeny-
of the newspaper.
There's grainy security cam footage that makes it on the evening news.
Oh, that it does. That's exactly, and I think that's I think that's Anders just destroying everything that they had built at the end. I think the stakes probably still hold. I think Francis is out,
Yeah,
but yeah,
but we still saved them all.
I think the mall has been saved, but I think Darla has been robbed, and yeah, I think
as Anders is walking away, Darla and Blaine are both standing in front of, like, away from, there's the big chaotic crowd cheering him away, and they're both just standing in front of the crowd, and there's like a wind blowing from some direction that only seems to be affecting the two of them. And Darla whispers, "I will have my vengeance."
yep.
And Blaine accepts that he must share this nemesis.
Love it.
We will destroy the Quaker candle.
We will burn it to the ground, and it will smell amazing.
And will burn forever, for hours.
Emma's got quite a few pictures. What's she doing with all this stuff?
Yeah, I think she's heading back and developing all the pictures and like putting it into like a photo album. Security guard comes and like picks up the photo and looks at it and starts to like realize that that's not actually
Not even close. Not even close.
It's like, oh
man. And then over his shoulder,
Mace?
his wife she's like, what's that, honey? Oh no, nothing.
just a dream.
Folds it up.
Awesome.
What happens to Mace? What's Mace do after all this?
Probably when she gets back to Pixel Play, her dad will be like, "So, did you have fun today?" It's like, "Yeah, just another day."
Maybe Francis decides not to buy the arcade
Yes.
because he can't dance
Yes.
anymore. He's been
Yes.
punched in the back of the knees.
Somebody broke his
ligament
leg.
we cut to hold on. Suddenly the cheerful music stops for a second. We cut to Francis in the doctor's office when the doctor's just like, "I'm sorry, you're never gonna be able to dance again." And he zooms in on his eyes, and his eyes narrow down. I think Anders is the new ultimate villain.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna team up with next.
I'm never gonna dance again.
I think Mace. No, here it is. Mace is being forced into corporate. Mace gets her own store. I think Dad opens up the second
She
store.
runs the new shop.
Puts
Yeah.
Mace in charge of the second location.
Ah, crap! I'm growing up too fast.
That's right.
It's responsibilities.
So,
Crap.
so that's
And Herman goes to
Yes.
the milkshake-stained security guard. Says, "You did the right thing today. Arnold Schwarzenegger is proud of you. I will see you at the movies." Walks off into the sunset.
I thought you were about to say "see you at the moon." I was like, I knew it.
I thought he was gonna like push buttons on his watch and disappear.
Shimmer away. No, look, you gotta leave it ambiguous.
Yeah.
You gotta
He
leave it
just- He
ambiguous.
walks off into like the bright sunset, and you kind of can't tell
kind
if
of a-
it's just
yeah,
a little
the
flash.
the flare,
Right,
or
yeah.
if he's disappeared.
You question it.
What the
Right.
hell?
I like it.
that's Mall Kids.
That's Ball Kids.
That's what happens. Is weird stuff like that happens.
So tell us what you think, guys. Did you enjoy this? I thought it was a very fun game to play.
I had great fun with this.
This is my first time playing a game that doesn't have like a set GM, so that was cool. Just kind of trading off the scenes. It makes it impossible for anyone to really plan anything. Oh, thank you, Thunder.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I put the link up there for the Kickstarter for this expansion pack we were playing from the Mega Mall.
Yeah. Last I checked, I haven't been refreshing it. I think we are about $85 short of funding it right now. So if we get like,
There you go.
like 10-ish people to go in there and back today, then it's funded. I have some stretch goals set up to get some bring on an additional writer for some more content. I'm going to try and do some Mall Kids swag like buttons or stickers to adorn your 90s backpacks with. And then I have some stretch goals to help pay all the contributors more money.
Excellent
Contributions.
That's amazing.
Yes, please go check out the expansion on Zine Quest right now. It's on through I believe the 18th, basically next or 2 weeks from this past Wednesday will be your kind of like last chance to do it. But get in there, hit that favorite button, back if you want to. Yeah.
All right.
If you're not following us yet, be sure to follow us. And 3 of us will see you tomorrow night.
In dungeons dauntless undead haunt us each and every night. In dungeons dauntless undead haunt us, oh what a fright. We just need a good night's rest, but there's undead all around. Everyone be quiet, don't make a sound.